This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Eala starts strong at the Oeiras Ladies Open and advances to the round of 16. The Perpetual Junior Altas make history as they claim their first NCAA basketball title. Mapua's Ong San Andres snag NCAA Player of the Week honors as the Cardinals stay on fire. The SBA rolls out the Philippine Open, a new chapter for local billiards. In Major League Baseball, the Giants launch 3 homers as they cruise to a 10-4 win over the Phillies. While Skenes and Henry Davis make history as the Pirates snap skid with a 10-3 win over the Nationals. And we will have MJ Phillips, the finals MVP of the PVL All-Filipino Conference, on the line, fresh from her victory in the PVL All-Filipino Conference with Petrogas. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 15th of April. Now here's our roundup. Eala crushed Anu Provermans of the Netherlands, winning in dominant fashion 6-3, 6-4, advancing to the round of 16 of the Oeiras Ladies Open. With powerful serves and precise shots, Eala easily won the opening set but was met with resistance in the second. The 19-year-old Filipino star entered the WTA 125 event as the top seed, fresh off her impressive Miami run, and now ranks number 72 in the world. 21-year-old Coverman, standing at 6 feet, currently ranks number 182. Eala showed the same flair she displayed in Miami, where she defeated heavy hitters like Iga Swiatek. Eala is set to face Katie Volinets in the next round, and the Filipino sensation is determined to score another victory against the American, whom she recently defeated during the Miami Open. The University of Perpetual Health System Dalta finally has a basketball championship to celebrate as the Junior Altas dominated Benilde LSGH 101-67 in Game 3 of the NCAA Season 100 Juniors Basketball Finals at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan. It was a milestone win, marking the school's first ever title in either the juniors or the seniors division. Jan Roluna powered Perpetual with a double-double of 15 points and 10 rebounds, while IC Calyangan, Jim Corpus, and Dan Rosales each contributed double-digit scoring. LeBron James Diep, the Season 100 MVP, chipped in 10 points, 12 rebounds, and clinched Finals MVP honors thanks to his solid series averages of 13 points, 11.7 rebounds, and 2.7 steals. Bilyonaryo topped the Greenies with 18 points but was limited by 7 turnovers after his monster performance in Game 2. The crown is finally theirs, and the Junior Altas have officially etched their name in NCAA history. Mapúa University continues to shine in the NCAA Season 100 volleyball tournament, with both the women's and men's teams making waves after a strong first round. Leading the charge are Nicole Ong and Barbie San Andres, named NCAA Players of the Week for their standout performances. Ong dominated the net against De La Salle College of St. Benilde on April 3, scoring 14 points in a 4-set win. She followed up with a solid 10-point effort in a victory over Perpetual, helping the Lady Cardinals extend their win streak to 7 and tie at the top with Benilde Letran and Perpetual at 7-2. Ong edged out teammate Nadine Burses and Arellano's Pauline de Guzman and LPU's Jonah Dolorito for the award. In the men's division, San Andres delivered back-to-back stellar performances, helping Mapúa remain undefeated at 9-0. He posted 27 points, 13 receptions, and 10 digs in a 4-set win over Benilde, followed by 20 points in a 5-set thriller against defending champ Perpetual. San Andres bested fellow Cardinal Juancho Barba, Letran's Bembem Bautista, and Arellano's Gwen Sinuto for the honor. The NCAA takes a brief break for Holy Week, with Round 2 action set to return next week. The Sharks Billiards Association, or the SBA, is breaking new ground as it unveils the Philippine Open, a premier tournament set to run from April 21 to 27. Dubbed as the NBA of Billiards, SBA is aiming to elevate the local pool scene to new heights, according to Commissioner Hadley Mariano. The Philippine Open will feature 128 participants competing for a whopping 1 million peso prize pool. Women will also take center stage in this tournament with race to 7 matches in the early rounds and race to 13 in the finals. Games and Amusements Board Chair Francisco Rivera praised the growing popularity of billiards, highlighting that the sport has already hosted 15 events this year alone, compared to just 7 in 2019 and 35 in 2023. Willie Adames and Mike Jastrzębski went yard, while Tyler Fitzgerald capped a monster night with a homer, double, and triple, leading the San Francisco Giants to a commanding 10-4 win over the Philadelphia Phillies. Riding momentum from a series win over the Yankees, the Giants kept rolling with another statement victory against the defending NL East champs, entering the night with an 11-4 record, second only to San Diego's 13-3 start. Nick Castellanos went deep for the Phillies, but that was not enough to slow down the red-hot Giants. Reliever Eric Miller dodged damage in the 7th, barely escaping a 3-run homer from JT Realmuto that flew just foul, then struck out Realmuto, looking to hold an 8-4 cushion. Landon Roop fanned 8 over 5 innings, giving up 4 runs and locking down his first win of the season as the Giants bagged their 4th win in 5 games. The Phillies' bats showed early signs of life, scoring 3 in the first inning after scuffling with just 6 runs in their last 4 games. But Tawan Walker couldn't make it stick. Fitzgerald tagged him for a 3-run blast, and Adames followed up with a solo shot to make it 6-3. Walker was also charged with a throwing error, finishing with 6 runs allowed, 4 earned, and 5 strikeouts in 5 innings. Meanwhile, Paul Skenes bounced back strong, teaming up with Henry Davis for a historic night as the Pittsburgh Pirates took down the Washington Nationals 10-3. Skenes and Davis became Major League Baseball's first battery comprised of number 1 overall draft pick. Skenes, the 2023 top pick, struck out 6 over 6 innings, allowing 2 runs, 1 earned, to earn the win and end the Pirates' 3-game skid. Davis, picked first in 2021, stepped in after Andy Rodriguez left early with a finger injury. Skenes shook off last week's rough outing. His only troubles came from a pair of errors on pickoff attempts, one of which led to an unearned run. The Pirates' bats came to life behind him. O'Neal Cruz had 2 hits and scored twice. Emmanuel Valdez and Kebrian Hayes each drove in 3. Brian Reynolds added 2 RBIs, and Andrew McCutchen made a vintage sliding catch in right. Washington's Brad Lord gave up 4 runs, earned 3 in 4 and 1/3 innings, while Nasim Nunez had 2 of the Nationals' 5 hits. And now here's your daily dose of sports lingo. So what does ton mean in the game of darts? In darts, a ton refers to a score of 100 points achieved in a single turn using 3 darts. This is a common term among players and fans, especially in professional matches where consistency and high scores are key. Hitting a ton shows skill and precision, typically done by scoring multiple triple 20s or combining high-value areas like triple 19 and 18. So for example, a player who hits 2 triple 20s and a double 10 would score exactly 100, marking a ton. Reaching multiple tons in a game indicates a high-level performance and can put serious pressure on an opponent. Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. Reports reveal that Anastasia Kolomoyets and Anastasia Kudryashova, both teammates from Kazakhstan club VC Kwanish, will join the Creamline Cool Smashers for the ABC Women's Champions League from April 20 to 27 at the Phil Sports Arena. With their international firepower set to boost Creamline's lineup, fans are wondering, is this the team's boldest play yet for continental glory? Now, while Creamline has yet to make an official announcement, multiple sources confirm that Kolomoyets And Kurdyashova will join Erica Staunton, who played for Creamline in last year's PVL Reinforced and Invitational tournaments. Colomayets, a 5'10" middle blocker, shared her coming to Creamline via an Instagram story on Monday, reposting a message from Kazakh news site Sport Arena. The 34-year-old has a stellar record with Kazakh clubs such as Turan, Turkestan, Almaty, and Altai. On the other hand, Kurdyashova, a 6'3" outside hitter, has experience playing college volleyball with Rutgers University and Penn State. The 25-year-old Kurdyashova previously competed with Bosnia's Vuk Banja Luka and Kazakh club Almaty before joining Colomayets at Kwanish for the 2024-25 Kazakhstan League season. Now, if indeed these two stellar players are going to see action in the ABC, well, all the more reason for volleyball fans to tune in to the games because the competition will surely heat up. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 15th of April. Up next, we get a chance to speak with Petrogas Angel MJ Phillips, the finals MVP. That all happens when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. She is one of the best middle blockers in the Philippine volleyball scene and the undeniable moving force of the Petrogas Angels, joining us via Zoom, still fresh from winning the PVL All-Filipino crown and being hailed as a finals MVP as well. Please welcome from the Petrogas Angels, MJ Phillips. MJ, good evening. Thank you so much for the time. It's good to see you. How have the past 36 hours been for you?
It's been so hectic. I'm trying to be off of social media because I'm like procrastinating because it's so much. But I appreciate all the fans that are always sending lots of love and showing support to Petrogas always.
And we appreciate you, MJ, for still giving us a little time here. I heard you have practice tomorrow because you're preparing for the ABC. So you know what they say, you can't rest on your laurels.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true.
MJ, this is not your first championship. You were part of Petrogas' second PVL championship ever, which was back in the 2022 Reinforced Conference, where you were also hailed the first best middle blocker. And you know how they say you never forget your first. But how much more different was this All-Filipino championship for you, and how much more special was it?
This was special just because our team went through a lot. And, you know, usually when there's internal things going on, people pull away. But for some reason, like, we all just came together, and like, even though we lost against a crucial game against Zeus, we came together and made sure that, like, hey, we're not gonna let this defeat us. And I mean, obviously, like, after that one loss, we took it and ran with it the whole entire time, and it thankfully brought us to a championship. And yeah, this championship means a lot because I came from an injury earlier, so I was missing like the first half of this conference. And to honestly be able to somehow snag finals MVP means a lot too, because I just wasn't really expecting any of this. And I'm just so happy that my team and management and PTs were all there with me, trying to support me and help me be healthy the whole entire conference. And yeah, happy.
MJ, you talked about sticking together despite all the distractions, despite all the internal things that happened. And it was a long conference. This was the longest conference in PVL history. I want to ask you about your bond with Brooke Van Sickle. She came into Petrogas last year in the All-Filipino Conference, was the MVP, and then you guys finished bronze during that year. So this is a culmination of when that actually started. What was your first impression of Brooke when she arrived here in the Philippines and became your teammate? And did you immediately know right away that you guys would be close and become best friends, and that would translate to your teamwork on the court?
Oh yeah, for sure. As soon as I met her, I knew we would click. We're what is it? We're same but different, you know? Like she's a yapper and I like to listen to her. So we balance each other out, and not just like on the court, you know, like in life too. If I need to like calm down or something, she's able to like have my back and help me be grounded. So I'm really grateful for her. My first impression of her, at first I was intimidated. I was, because like me, I'm always just like, a lot of people always say I don't smile enough, you know, and that girl just smiles like crazy all the time. So I'm just not used to it, and I was just like, wow.
Okay, MJ, I want to talk about some of the moments that stood out to me when I was watching game number 3. So at the end of the second set, Janelle Cheng threw a back set to you, and you ended the set. And then, as you were walking to the bench, it was you and Brooke, side by side, walking together as if you were just at the mall, having a good time. Do you remember what you guys were talking about? Because despite all the people at the arena, you know, you guys were in your own world.
Yeah, we're like that in the games. But just so like, you know, it's a really stressful environment. So a lot of the times we're just trying to like, just make fun of things, you know, so make light of things. But I think what we were talking about, we were just like, we got to end this right now in the third set. I think that was our mentality. We're just like, we got it, you know, because Creamline, they're a tough team, and they just were pushing us against the wall a lot of the times. They're honestly making us better, and we're thankful for that, like Creamline, to be able to like help us improve on our game. And it's always a great time playing against them and with their crowd.
Yeah. So you said, you and Brooke were talking about, oh, we got to end this right here. But then Creamline won set number 3. So how did you come together? How did you come together and say, hey, let's not panic. Let's not let the crowd get into our heads. We still got this.
Well, honestly, we were tired. We were like, okay, we didn't get in the third set. I was like, but we have to do it in this fourth set right now. We cannot let it go to a fifth set. Because like the first 2 games against Creamline, we've went to 5 sets with them. And honestly, since I've been with Petrogras, I can't remember if we've ever beaten Creamline in 3 sets. So like I remember in the huddle before the third set started, I was like, today is the day we beat Creamline in 3. But it didn't happen. But you know what? It's fine.
Okay, but MJ, you had a good start in the 4th set, and to me, this is just my personal opinion. I don't know if you're going to agree with this or if your fans agree with this, but I think your signature moment in that title clinching game number 3, the score was 5-3, and Bernadette Pons spiked the ball twice, and the ball was just going back and forth, and then the spark plug of Creamline, Lori Bernardo, the ball was tossed to her, and you just anticipated that ball and got a kill block. So what was going through your mind during that moment that, for me, stopped the momentum of Creamline?
Honestly, I was just really focused on blocking, and I mean, she did a great job of coming in, stepping in for a Creamline as a middle blocker and helping them out. I mean, she scored a couple on me in the beginning because blocking a lefty is, especially a middle, is not easy. So I had to adjust, and I was just like telling myself the whole entire time, like, I was like, I gotta get this. I gotta get this. It's now or never. And thankfully I got it. And I try to boost up my teammates and give them confidence that like we can end this right now.
All right. Lastly, championship point. You were on the sidelines. Brooke was serving. Now, prior to this, she was able to target Gemma Galanza, and then it resulted in a point. She targeted Gemma again, and then eventually the ball ended in the hands of Jonah Sabete, who scored on the championship-winning spike. You ran on the court. Describe the emotions you were feeling during that moment that you guys became the PVL All-Filipino champions.
I was just happy. I was like, it's over. It's finally over. I mean, this long conference is finally over. I mean, like, I'm super grateful that we're able to do this, and this league is giving us a platform to show off our talents. And I mean, we were hungry for this championship. You know, we haven't won an All Filipino, so I mean, this long 6 months. We were like, we're not going to let this, our hard work go for nothing, you know? So I'm just grateful that we were able to pull it out.
MJ, you're a one-time second best middle blocker awardee. You also became first best middle blocker. Now you are a two-time PVL champion and a PVL Finals MVP. What does that mean to you? MJ Phillips, PVL Finals MVP.
It's just surreal. And honestly, like, it's been like 8 years in the making, honestly. I've been here for 8 years. And I mean, there was a lot of obstacles I had to go through. And I mean, honestly, this is all still for my Lola that passed away a couple of years ago. She was really close, and I honestly wish she could see me now and see all the success that me and my teammates have gone through this past couple of years. And I don't know, this is all for her, honestly. So I hope she's happy.
I'm sure she is, MJ, and we are very proud of you. We saw your journey when you started with Santa Lucia and then becoming a champion with Petrogas. But I hate to remind you that the work continues and you guys are preparing for the AVC. What can your fans expect from Petrogas as you compete in the AVC from the 20th to the 27th?
We're just going to hopefully keep the momentum, the winning mentality. I mean, we had 2 days off, but now we're back to work again. And I just hope that everyone can still come out and support us. We just want to represent the Philippines as well as much as possible and showcase our talent. So thank you guys for giving us the platform and the confidence to do what we can do.
Well, MJ, we'd like to say thank you as well for putting on a great show, a classic final series in the PVL. Congratulations and all the best. I feel like the best is still yet to come for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for
MJ Phillips of the Petrogas Angels, the finals MVP of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Well, good night, MJ, and enjoy your beauty rest before you get back to work tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, MJ. Up next, we'll look at who is advancing and who is heading home in the NBA so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. Okay, here we are. 4 games, 4 teams advancing, 4 teams heading home. Or to Cancun in custom suits. Welcome to the 2025 NBA Play-In Tournament, the league's chaos appetizer before the real bloodbath. I call it the Hunger Games. Half these teams have been clawing for survival since March. The rest, they've been hiding all season. Now suddenly acting like it's Game 7. So let's break down the carnage. Look, I watched the Magic Hawks on Sunday just like you guys did, you NBA junkies. It was like watching the dress rehearsal for a high school musical. Some kids didn't know their lines, others didn't even show up. So throw that game out the window. Here's the real story though. Orlando finally has an identity. Paolo Banchero has figured out how to score without forcing it. Franz Wagner is basically a German Chris Middleton. And their starting 5 with KCP and Wendell Carter Jr. A plus 10.2 net rating. That's not a fluke. That is real chemistry. Meanwhile, Atlanta is like a Netflix show that had a promising pilot and just lost the plot. Trae Young still doing his 30-foot step back into a crowd of 3 defenders routine. And yes, Zach Ricochet looks nice on paper, but he's not swinging a road playoff game. Magic by a hair. But expect sweat, expect pain, expect Joe Ingles to yell, "Woo!" at somebody. Now we're cooking. This one's personal. Golden State still smells like smoke from that 2022 playoff run, and Steph's out here like John Wick after someone took his favorite seed. They've got 2 chances to win 1 game, and that's dangerous. And yes, Ja Morant is back. He played against the Warriors a few nights ago. He looked sharp. and brought the same fire that got him fined last week. But the Grizzlies are still figuring things out. No coach, no cohesion, limited playoff reps. Meanwhile, Draymond, he's barking at everybody. Clay's on a redemption arc. And Steph, this guy treats play-ins like Game 7s. He's not losing at Chase Center with lights on. Warriors win. Ja puts up 35, but not gonna be enough. Golden State walks into the 7th seed like they own the place because honestly, they kind of still do. Now, I want to pick Chicago. I really do. Josh Giddey's been flirting with triple doubles like he's dating the stat sheet. They've gone 15-5 down the stretch, but here's the problem. You cannot kill Miami. They're like that horror movie villain that just won't stay dead. Hero is averaging 27 a game. Bam is looking like prime Alonzo Mourning. And Eric Spoelstra has this team moving like it's May and not April. The Bulls are hot. The Heat are boiling. Give me Miami in a street fight. Think 94-89, 42 combined free throws, and of course, the point guards drawing 3 charges while committing 6. Just pure chaos. And now, the most frustrating game of the week, the Kings. They've been weird all year. No longer the lovable underdogs. Not quite a real contender. They miss Davion Mitchell's defense more than they'll admit, but Sabonis is still producing and Keegan Murray finally remembered that he's allowed to shoot. On the other side, you have Dallas. Kyrie's out, and of course, AD is there. And the offense, it's moving like your dad's Buick in reverse on a snowy driveway. I want to believe in them. AD should never be in this position, but they are deeper, healthier, and actually want to win. Sacramento, I don't think they're going to move on. Okay, I think it's going to be Dallas. Game 6 LeBron versus Boston. Somebody might drop 45 just to keep it interesting. So that's the 2025 NBA play-in. 4 win-or-go-home games. 8 teams convinced they're better than their seed. And all the drama that makes this mini tournament worth it. It might not last, but for 2 nights, it's pure NBA caffeine. No sugar, no cream. Let the games begin. Now stay ahead of the game as the battle for the playoffs heats up with high-stakes game. Here's your odds breakdown for the play-in matchups. And that wraps up tonight's preview so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From a leading performance psychologist in Australia who specializes in facilitating peak performance across various domains, including professional sports teams, business leadership, and individual athletes, Jonah Oliver once said, "It's not about reducing pressure. It's about building the capacity to embrace more." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.